evening, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you're having a very nice day. If you do enjoy my content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. And if you like listening to me, consider turning on that notification bell to know when I drop a video. I try to be very consistent by the timing that I drop it, but in any case, everyone has unforeseeable events in their lives. And what I wanted to discuss is about the Gary Gensler rumor of him being basically resigning from the SEC. Now, I've seen sources that say this rumor is false. I've seen sources that say this rumor is true. Lately, I've been seeing it almost everywhere, which seems to be true. Now, is that wishful thinking? Or is it actually true? Now, if that happens, I do think that's helpful for coins that are targeted by the SEC. Let me repeat that. I think that will be helpful for coins, BNB, Solana, Matic, etc., that have been targeted by the SEC. Now, from an overall environment, I think it's short-term positive. I think it's long-term indifferent. What do I mean by that? Now, the US has been the leader in financial markets for a long time, but it was not always the leader. There was a time where London was the financial capital of the world. What happened? Some new innovative products around derivative products and then the launching of IPOs, etc., that were starting to become more common, and they're proven to be somewhat of a next big thing in terms of investing. But unfortunately for London, the UK had a terrible regulator. Sounds familiar? And the US capitalized on it, developed the framework for it, became the leader, while the UK ended up copying the model of the US, but now they've lost their position as the leader. So if this guy stays over there, and if the US keeps on, or the SEC keeps on going on this route, it's not the end of crypto. It just means that the leader of at least of this portion of the financial world will move to Dubai, Hong Kong, London, whatever. It will just move away from the US. And if the market is important enough in the future, which I believe it is, and if it's great enough, as I do believe it is, the US will no longer be the capital of the world, in the financial world, and some other region will be. Most people are not aware of this, but the reason why I mentioned Dubai is because they are going to invest $8.7 trillion in 10 years. Think about it, $8.7 trillion in 10 years for a freaking city, right? What is the goal? The goal is to make Dubai a major city in the world economy, like Singapore, Hong Kong, New York, Paris, London, Austin, so on and so forth, São Paulo, etc. So the loss of the US, if this guy does remain there, will be the winning of the other side, on the other side of the globe. Now, this may have an impact in US citizens. That part I agree. But I'm saying in the overall world of crypto, I don't think over the long term will make much difference. Will be if these things have value, as I do believe they have, if this will play a major role in the future, then they will find their space someplace else. And the US will probably be playing catch up. The US is already behind the UK and Europe, even continental Europe, right? On the regulatory framework for cryptos, the way to look into it, the rules even for YouTube finance, if you will. I mean, they are just behind. And if this guy does leave, because he's probably the worst SEC chairman that I've ever seen, because this guy was giving lectures about how these things were not securities a long time ago. And now he's saying the complete opposite, and he cannot give straight answers. Like, for example, he cannot say if the Ethereum is a commodity or not. I mean, Ethereum has been out for what now? 9 years, 8 years? I mean, how much longer do you need to decide, right? And then it seems like it does nothing all day long, and then it just drops hundreds of pages of regulation on Congress, which means it's impossible for them to assess anything. Can you imagine, like, how can you assess if something's going to have an impact on the economy if you receive 100 bills or 100 new regulation in 100 days? I mean, it's just impossible. So I do believe him leaving will be bullish in the short term, particularly for the beat up SEC attacked, SEC attacked coins. I do believe in the long term has no impact, because it's just a matter of where the focus for innovation will come from. Will it be the US or someplace else? But in any case, yeah, I do hope he's leaving. But I will keep you posted on this, because to be honest, I'm not sure if anyone really knows. I mean, during the course of today, the sources seem to be a bit more reliable that is really resigning. One thing that can be happening, by the way, and I wouldn't be surprised, because these people all know each other. Maybe they know that they're going to lose to XRP. And because it's going to be such a major defeat, and I apologize to the XRP community, if you want to attack a coin for being a security, XRP is a freaking good target. Let's put it mildly, with involvement of Ripple. But in any case, if they fail against XRP, and I hope they fail, and I hope the XRP community gets vindicated, because their last bull market was completely atrocious because of the weight of this SEC on top of them. So I do hope they win, that XRP wins. Maybe they are aware that they are already lost, and so they are now exiting before the decision comes live. I don't know. Pure speculation, just my opinion. But I do believe this is what's going to happen if indeed. So these are the two scenarios. Short-term bullish if he leaves. Long-term doesn't really matter. Of course, matters to the US citizens, because it's good that your regulator, or the regulator of the place you live, is actually friendlier towards the industry rather than if it's not friendly. So yeah, that's my assessment of the situation. It's a bit of an unpopular opinion. Like, everyone is like throwing fireworks at. Look, I get it. I also get excited in the case that he's leaving, but please put things into perspective and don't follow the crowd too much, as on every single thing. So I'd like to thank you all, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice evening.